Hi, fools. I had the opportunity of winning the Fool's Errand, which is pretty awesome. So I figured since I've been saving a couple years to win the Fool's Errand, even though it wasn't fixed, I swear, and I figured I'd take the opportunity, and since I had never gone international before, that I would take the Fool's Errand international. And I went to Singapore and a couple other places, and so I figured this would be a good opportunity to poll the audience and get a show of hands. Where do you think Singapore is? Nearest to what country? So show of hands for China. A, China. Got some Chinas. B, India. India, no. C, Malaysia. That's most of you. D, Yemen. And we got a taker. All right. So can I get the show of hands for Malaysia? Throw them up. All right. T-shirt coming at you. Sorry, I'm going for bank shots. So just to show you quick, so here's where we are, and here's where I went. That's 9,500 miles away. And so while there, I was in Singapore, and then I went to Kuala Lumpur, which is the capital of Malaysia. Then I went to Borneo, which is still part of Malaysia. And so when I came back, a lot of people like to ask me, like, what was the high point? If you could summarize it into one thing, what would it be? And I said, well, if you know me, I love a good pun. So I climbed a mountain, 13,000 feet as the high point. So New Year's Eve, my girlfriend and I, we set out to 10,000 feet and stayed at a lodge. And then New Year's Day morning, we actually went to summit to catch the sunrise at 5 in the morning. And so to give you an example of some of the photos that we were able to get and see, this is one that we took from the summit. You could basically just wave the camera around and take a picture and get amazing photos like this. And while doing it, I was also wearing my fool's hat. So that's right, representation. So to give you some perspective, Mount Kinabalu was the mountain I climbed, and that was 13,000-ish feet, and Kilimanjaro is 19 and change. So you guys know Bill Mann, right? He's pretty tall. He's about 6'5", right? If you were to clone him and stack him on top of himself, that would get you about 2,200 times before you reach actually the summit of Mount Kinabalu. So, and I spent a lot of time in Borneo, so I'd like to think that I'm a resident expert now on animals in the rainforest there. So can I get a show of hands again on what animal you think is most common? And so we'll start A, show of hands for rhino. Got one. We got B for orangutan. Most of the audience, well-educated audience. C, elephant. And D, aardvark. We've got some aardvarks. So show of hands for orangutan. Go this side. No bank shot. So this was actually one of the orangutans I got to meet. I didn't get too close because I was afraid Jackie was her name, that she would rip my arm off because apparently they're very strong. And so I also saw some other monkeys. This is another photo I took. This was outside of Kuala Lumpur at the Batu Caves. And so this actually leads well into one of my 2 lessons, which is don't touch the monkeys because they get angry. So this was the same monkey that you just saw. And this was not me. I didn't touch the monkey. It was someone ahead of me, I swear. And so, my second lesson I learned was that wherever you go, there you are, which is a simple lesson, but it was a subtle thing that's changed me. As even though most people didn't speak English and that they drove on the different side of the road and they use metrics and they're very pragmatic and they were genuine, nice, and I could actually communicate with them even though I couldn't speak the language. And I think that that's a tremendous lesson to have learned now that we're expanding internationally. So, and I'd like to have a message from the heart. 4 years ago, before I started working at the Fool, I was in debt, living paycheck to paycheck, only dreaming of being able to go abroad. And since working here, I've actually gotten out of debt. I was able to fund this entire trip on cash, and I'm a Fool for life. So that's my message. So thank you to the Fool's Errand. One more shirt. Who wants it?